Alton Towers is very well known across the UK as the country's largest theme park. But what a lot of people don't realise is the fact there's so much more to Alton Towers than just the park itself. They actually have a large resort area featuring various different hotels, lodges, a miniature golf course, lots of different restaurants, and of course the Alton Towers Water Park. And in this video, I'm going to share an in-depth review of the water park itself. This is something that I've never done before on the channel, mainly because filming and photography is very limited in the water park itself. You can take photos of your party whilst you're in there, but most of the time it's that busy that even doing that isn't really that possible without getting other people in. But we visited a few weeks ago on a really quiet day, so we did manage to take a couple of photos of us enjoying the water park, but also I'm going to utilise some official footage that Alton Towers have captured throughout this video as well. So you're going to kind of see some promotional footage and things as well throughout this video. Now, something I wanted to say straight away was the fact that this was our first visit to the water park in a couple of years, and we had a really good day here. It's often an overlooked part of the resort, mainly because it's not actually had anything new put in 23 years since it opened back in 2003. But we had such a good time, and you know what? It's got so much potential, as I'll come on to later in the video. So yeah, it opened as originally Kariba Creek Water Park back in 2003. It was a huge investment. Still, the biggest investment in Alton Towers history was in Splash Landings Hotel, which is this gorgeous Caribbean themed hotel with the water park built into it. And to get to the water park, you enter through the hotel and head down to the ground level. But straight away, you want to head over to the windows and have a look through, because you've got the bar area and the restaurants. It all looks straight into the water park, and it's all beautifully themed. It's actually the best themed part of the whole of Alton Towers Resort, in my opinion. Love Splash Landings as soon as you go in. And yeah, you head downstairs, which is where you've got the little reception desk area for the water park, and also the turnstiles as well. And again, the theming is just very consistent all the way through. In terms of the changing area, pretty large in there. You've got some excellent family changing rooms if you have got a little one. We took George with us, so it was lovely having all that space. But yeah, big family changing rooms, and also some smaller ones and double changing rooms as well, and lots of lockers. It can get very busy, the Alton Towers Water Park, depending on where you go. We went on a pretty quiet off-peak day, hence why we were able to take a couple of photos with just us in, because there was literally probably about 20 people in the whole water park. But then sometimes it can get very busy, you know, over 1,000 people can be in there. So it all varies depending on the time of year when you are going. So if you are visiting one of them busier times, I definitely recommend getting there early just to make sure you've got a lot more space in the changing area as well. But still, there is a lot of changing rooms and also lockers. Really nice and clean in there as well. And even that's got some good bits of theming with all like the rocks on the walls and everything. Before you make your way through into the main water park itself, you head through like this little cave area where you've got all the showers where you can shower before going in, through a tiny little pool to wash your feet, and then into the main building itself. And as soon as you walk in, the reveal in the Alton Towers Water Park is really nice. Like I say, as soon as you're going in there, it feels so immersive. The moment you step into Splash Landings Hotel, you just feel like you are in the warm climate in the Caribbean, but really, you're just in the Staffordshire woodlands. You know, I think that's really nice how they did such a good job and decided to make this really light themed and happy hotel. I wish we had more themes like that in the park, because how it makes you feel when you walk in there is excellent. Now, like I say, this water park does have its drawbacks when it's busy. It doesn't have loads of capacity in terms of seating or slides, so when it's busy, you know, you can wait some big queues and also struggle to find seating as well. If you're going on kind of a mid-range day or a quiet day, you'll be absolutely fine. You'll have an amazing time. No matter what, you're going to enjoy the theming and the experience in there, but it is crying out for some expansion, because it does get really good numbers most of the time, and it could do with 1 or 2 new slides, more seating areas, and possibly a couple more bigger pools as well, just to accommodate more guests. I know in the past there has been plans for expansions to the water park, but none of them came to fruition, which is really sad because the demand is definitely there. In fact, over the weekend just gone, we were just at the hotels having a little walk round, just seeing what's happening kind of pre-season, and it was packed. It was packed, the water park. It was at capacity. So it just shows even during the off-peak times, when the theme park's closed, it can still get busy. It would definitely benefit from having extended opening hours into the evening as well, just allowing more people the chance to go and utilise it, because I think it's a really nice water park. So yeah, as soon as you're in the main area itself, it's split into these different sections. Before we go on to the pools and other areas, let's talk about the main event, why a lot of people go, and that is, of course, for the slides. Starting off with the Master Blaster. Now, the Master Blaster is the biggest slide in there, and it's actually one of the best water slides I think I've ever been on. I really do like it. It's a water coaster with a big drop. It's long, and it actually pushes you up the hills as well, which is good. Now, when I say water coaster, I'm not comparing it to the likes of the Mack Rides water coasters that are actually proper roller coasters. It is still a water slide, but the way it's described as a water coaster is because it kind of launches you up the different hills, and it's the pressure of the pumps pushing the water on the boat that pushes you up like these lift hills, so to speak, and then you drop down, which is great. It's a long ride. It's about a minute in length from the start to the end, and yeah, you've got a few different drops. My favourite being a double down that you've got in there as well. I just think it's a really good, long, fun slide. You can go on here in a single or a double ring. There is weight restrictions for the double ring, so most of the time I'd recommend going on a single ring because it's better. You have more fun on there, in my opinion, because you can go backwards, it'll spin round and all sorts. I've done the double drop backwards before, and it's pretty intense. But yeah, I would definitely recommend the Master Blaster. You then got two other slides inside as well. These are also raft slides like that. These are only single rings only, and this is Rush and Rampage. One is in the dark, one is in the light, unless you're going in when it's dark, and both of them are dark. But yeah, most of the time when it's open with them hours, there's always one in the light. But you have got the dark one, which is cool. You can press a button, and then as you're going round, it changes all the lighting, and it has like a tropical storm and that sort of thing, which I think is a really nice little touch. The slides aren't the longest, probably half the length of the Master Blaster, but still they're good fun. They got some little dips, but mostly just going around big corners and then coming out into the landing pool down there at the bottom. You've then got the outdoor section. Worth pointing out, if you're visiting, check the website because the outdoor area isn't open all the time. On the day we went, it was advertised to be closed because it was so quiet. But on the weekends and holidays, peak times like summer, it is open all the time. But even if you're visiting in the winter, if you're going on a weekend or a Christmas break when it's busy, the outdoor will be open. It's fully heated. They've actually got 5 outdoor body slides in flash floods. So it starts off like down different pools. It's quite cool. You go down, there's 2 at the start, and then it takes you into a middle kind of landing pool that you can't get to without going on them slides. And then you've got a choice of 3 other slides. 2 normal body slides that are open, and then a closed-in body slide as well, and they go into the larger outdoor pool down at the bottom. But more about the outside later on. You've also got the main pool inside, which is Laguna Bay. This is really cool because you've got like this big like burst water feature in the middle, which is a fountain, and that all kind of comes into the story of this. They've kind of gone away a bit from telling the story now, but the whole hotel is based on this still, and it's the Paradise Plumbers. Back when it used to be Caribe Creek when it first opened, there was a big focus on the Paradise Plumbers. They used to have their logo around the hotel and in the water park. You can't really find it now, unfortunately. And the big tipping bucket that they've got on the Wacky Waterworks used to have a Paradise Plumbers sign on it as well. And these used to be characters that actually used to roam around, which was cool. They did bring them back maybe 5-6 years ago, but again, they've kind of gone away from that now. But that's the whole story. Basically, you've got these plumbers in the Caribbean that have got all these different contraptions, and they're trying to make them fun and quirky. And that's why you've just got water kind of going everywhere. That's the story of it, the Paradise Plumbers, which I do really like. I wish they'd go a bit more into that storyline again. But yeah, Laguna Bay is a nice area. It's got some quite deep water as well that you can swim in. Not too deep. It's probably like up to here on me. Maybe like 1.4-ish, I think it is, something like that. But yeah, it's not like too deep or anything like that. It's just enjoyable around there for the depth of it. And you've got like these little water features around the side, which are good as well. You've got to watch out though, because you might get squirted from the big tree house that's next to it, which is the Wacky Waterworks. That's actually got over 70 interactive water features. There's water guns, there's hose pipes, there's little buckets and everything on there, which is cool. There is also a small slide on there as well. Along with that, you've got the main event, which is the tipping bucket. You can climb up all these nets and steps and go right up to the top where the tipping bucket is. And yeah, you don't actually get wet when you're next to it, but it's cool watching it from there. You've actually got a big like landing area for the tipping bucket, which is awesome. I mean, you see tipping buckets on a lot of water parks now, but the size of the one at Splash Landings in the water park is pretty impressive. It used to have a themed structure around the side, so it used to look even bigger, but I think that had just rotted away, to be honest. So they didn't replace it. They just left it like with the bucket itself now. But yeah, if you look at like early images, it used to have like a fully themed kind of like an upside down building on there, which was very cool. Obviously, it was costing too much to maintain, so they decided to go away from that, sadly. But still, the bucket is there and still the same amount of water falls down. It was just like a casing around it before. And yeah, you can get absolutely dripping wet through from that, which is great fun. You really do feel the water coming down onto you. But yeah, there's loads of features on the Wacky Waterworks. It's one of the best like family, children play areas. Anyone can go up there and enjoy it, and everybody has great fun. Adults can be like kids again with all the little water features, and yeah, I love it up there. It's great fun, and George enjoyed it as well when we went in there. You've also got Volcano Springs, which is the indoor hot tub. Beautiful in there, and I've got to say, it's all been looking really fresh. It's all been repainted. They've painted it like red underneath now, so it's like lava. It was blue before, but I actually think it looks really good red, because it feels like you're sitting in a volcano. And that just brings me on to the overall kind of look and maintenance. In January every year, it shuts for a few weeks. It's open the rest of the year, but it closed in January, and they do a big overhaul. They deep clean everything, they paint things up, and it always looks really fresh. So the best time to visit the water park is like now, really, like after it's had this big refurbishment, and throughout the year you see little bits starting to deteriorate, ready for its refurb again. But even so, it does look really, really good like most of the year. They do keep on top of it. I think it's the most looked after part of the resort, in my opinion. I do really like that. You've also got a lazy river around there as well. It's got some little tipping buckets and hose pipes. It's got quite a lot of effects around there, so it's not too lazy. You're not just like, oh, I can fully relax. There's buckets tipping over, there's little hose pipes at the side, there's a big waterfall, and some other little bits in there as well that are worth pointing out. Then you've also got the Little League, which is a children's area. That's got some more interactive water features, and also a couple of little slides just there as well. So, you know, it's not kind of a massive area, but it's very low water level in there, so it's perfect for the kids. In terms of outside, you've then got the large heated outdoor pool. It's a big pool actually outside, lots of swimming space. It's not like too hot in there, like if you're going in the winter. It's just bearable, but it's not like massively hot. But still, it's mostly the landing pool for flash floods, which is them outdoor body slides. But you've also got the outdoor bubbly wobbly pool, which is basically an outdoor hot tub. It's really big, and that is a lot warmer in there. That is probably the warmest pool in the whole water park, including the inside. It's lovely in that bubbly wobbly pool. I could sit in there for hours, and I have done in the past. But yeah, it's really nice in there. That's all in terms of the slides and the pools. You've also got 2 food outlets in there. There's a small one just off to the side, and then you've got a main kind of cove, which is like a bigger restaurant with some seating in as well. So if you are struggling for seating in the main bit, there is a little bit of seating in that restaurant there as well. But yeah, that's kind of, you know, the overall attractions that they've got there. My final kind of review of this water park is that the theming is excellent. The attractions they've got are excellent, but often it can get too busy with what they've got. So it's crying out for a new slide. I think it needs a major slide. If you've ever seen our vlogs on our other channel, the Sandbrook Adventures from Centre Parks, you'll know they've got the Tropical Cyclone, which is a big raft slide. Something like that would be an amazing addition to the Alton Towers Water Park. Or along with that, just something of that scale, like a big slide is needed. Something else I would do, I would put in like a little pool bar. I think that'd be a nice feature. Maybe do like disco nights and that sort of thing to attract more people in. And also, most importantly, extend the opening hours. A few years ago, they trialled opening it till later in the summer, and it seemed to be really busy on them nights. It did very well, but they just didn't do it again afterwards. So I would love to see them extend the hours. The main thing with this water park, it's clean, it's well presented, it's beautifully themed, it's got a nice atmosphere and a good selection of attractions, but it could be so much more. The amount of potential that it's screaming out for is incredible. Like, it could just have one more big slide, like a swim-up pool bar, like a little DJ area for on an evening, and opening hours, and that could be like, you know, could be making like even more money, couldn't it? Like, you look at Rulantica at Europa Park in Germany, what they do there is amazing, like having, you know, the swim-up bars and DJ nights, and just so much more potential that this has got. Keep it that kind of more calming experience in the daytime, and then at night you could more turn into that Caribbean kind of party vibe, and I think that would be a really nice asset, what they've got there, what they could just make even better, more profitable, and just a nice overall overall experience for people at Alton Towers. But there you go. That's my review of the water park. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Let me know if you visited before down below in the video comments. What's your favourite attraction there? For me, it's definitely the Master Blaster. But no, I am hoping to see some more expansion there at some point in the future. It's certainly profitable. It does very well most of the year. And yeah, after 23 years, I think it's about time it has a new slide, in my opinion. But there we go. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thank you very much for joining me here on Theme Park Worldwide. And of course, stay tuned for lots more updates, including getting back in the theme parks this weekend. We're at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, Alton Towers next week, and all of the opening days for all the different parks. We cannot wait for them. That leaves me with one final thing to say. Get out there and keep on riding. See you in the next video.